Hello there.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Cantina Social Hour Thursday night. It is great to be here. It is great to see all the Cantinians hanging out with us this evening. Welcome to the show, my friends. It is great to be here on our weekly stream. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to hang out with us. We really, really appreciate it, as per always. Tonight is Thursday, October the 16th, 2025, and this is Cantina Social Hour. I'm Victoria. Welcome to the show, you guys. It is great to be hanging out and talking some toys. It's that time in the week where I need a little bit of a toy outlet to talk toys. So thank you guys so much for being here, as always. All right, so there's a good little bit to talk about tonight. As far as what we're going to discuss, well, we haven't yet covered the new Mondo Ghostbusters latest release. That's on pre-order right now. Closes pretty soon in the next couple of weeks. We're going to cover that. We're going to talk about what is going on in the project. Has it gotten any better since this time last week? I don't know. We'll take a look at it. We'll check in, see how things are going there. And then we'll talk Star Wars, see what's going on with Star Wars collectibles. And then, of course, we'll get into hot toys because there are a few hot toys to talk about this evening. So we'll definitely we'll cover some pretty good territory tonight. All right. So, again, welcome. I want to see who's in the chat with us, which Cantinians are hanging out with us thus far into the evening. So let's go ahead and take a look. We've got our soda fountain tender, Dodgson here. Dodgson, another happy social hour. Good to see you, Dodgson. Thank you. We got our moderator, Adam. Greetings, Cantinians. And I will get to my post, Dodgson. Got to get the Gorman Silk rope set up. Nice. I love it. And Adam, keep an eye on that Rodian over in way in the back. He looks like he's kind of trigger ready. I don't know what's going on. I know that you've got things covered, though. But just keep an eye. Looks like pump number 2 is online, so it looks like we were good at the moment, Dodgson. But keep an eye on that as well, just in case there's any little things going on. Who else is with us? Let's see. We've got July through November. Jason, what is up, Jason? Good to see you as always. We've got, let's see, our friend Pico B1. Hello there, my gang. Happy hour. Time slide. Slide me a beverage, Dodgson. Whatever you want. Dodgson has got it, Chad. So we'll definitely get that to you right quick. Let's see here. We got Mary. Hey, Mary. Good to see you as always. Thank you for hanging out with us, Mary. Allison is with us. Hello, Allison. Thank you for hanging out. We got TJ with us. What is up? Good evening to you. We got our pal John Miko, TVC, who was on with us last week. Hey, John, how's it going? Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Our friend Britt is with us. Good to see you, Britt, as always. William is with us. What's going on, William? It is good to see you. Oh, new profile pic there, new avatar. Awesome. Love it. We got Luke Malone with us. Luke, good to see you. Mary says, I just finished Wednesday season 2. Guess what I pre-ordered? I see you there. I see you there, Mary. All right. Cool. And Adam says, shady Rodians are my specialty. Love it. Cool. All right. Well, let's get things started. Like I said, there's a little bit of ground, a little bit of territory to cover tonight regarding kind of a little bit of everything. So we're going to go ahead and commence with things. Let's go.
Now this is pod racing.
All right. Joining us for the very first time on Cantina Social Hour this lovely Thursday evening, we've got Mikey, also known as the Figure Report. Mikey, how's it going?
Good. I'm trying to find the right angle so that we have the same head size, but my head's so massive that this is actually probably a 1-to-1 to yours. But we'll roll with it. It's fine.
Nice. We'll go with it.
Yeah.
Cool. Hey, thank you for being here. It's great to have you on Cantina Social Hour tonight.
I'm excited. Yeah, I'm a fan of the show, so I'm happy to be a part of it, be part of the discourse, and to make a fool out of myself, which I do normally. So happy to do it here with everyone.
Love it. And that's what this show is all about. I'm doing that all the time. And we scare people away. I mean, it comes with the territory. We're okay with it. So.
Okay, I haven't been scared away. I've been like, yeah, I want to watch the show, so I'm very happy to be a part of it this week. So thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, of course. And we've got a fantastic community that's always here with us in the chat. And just in case, we got our moderator, Adam, escorting out any unscrupulous individuals or beings that may make their way into the premises. But, great Cantinians here, great community. Yeah. So welcome. So it is your first time. And usually when we have a first time Cantinian guest, we like to talk about, what is it that got you into collecting? You're also doing your YouTube, right? You have the figure report. You're on Instagram, your socials, which are all linked below. Tell us a little bit about what got you into collecting and what your history has been with toys and collectibles.
Oh yeah, I mean it goes back, a long time ago, in a country not so far away. My I think it really started with my uncle, who was a huge Star Wars fan when he was a kid, and he was a collector. He would get all the old Kenner toys. He watched the movies when they came out back in the 70s and the 80s, and I think from that it's sort of transferred over to my cousin, to me, my brother a little bit as well, but mostly my cousin and I. And my uncle would keep collecting throughout as long as I can remember. And I think at a certain point, I would buy toys like every other kid. I watched the cartoons, and I watched X-Men, I watched whatever, all those Fox cartoons, Spider-Man. And then, got a little older, kind of didn't collect as much. And then when I hit 14 or something, I collected all the Marvel Legends, Toy Biz, all the Star Wars figures. We would do the whole Midnight Madness thing with the prequels that came out, go to Toys R Us, go to Walmart, go empty pallets. I mean, it was a routine. It was like a ritual we had when it came to toy collecting. And basically from that point on, I haven't stopped collecting. I kind of collect a little bit of everything. And then at a certain point during the pandemic, I was like, oh, maybe I should do something with all this stuff and not just hoard it. And that was really my wife telling me, like, you should do something. This is getting ridiculous. And so it's boxes upon boxes. And so that's when I started the figure report, with the idea like, oh, it'd be fun to start a character and start a channel, and started talking about my collection. And I have a background in journalism. And so I wanted to see if I could sort of incorporate those things. And I like talking to people. I would do college radio back in the day, and I'd interview musicians and artists or whomever. And I like that part of it. So that's kind of what I want to do with my channel. What I try to do with my channel is talk to a lot of different people, go on different live streams, interview the designers and people in marketing, or the people that own the toy companies. And that's kind of what I've been doing ever since, and collecting since as young as I can remember.
Nice. Awesome. No, well, thank you for sharing that. It's always great to get a sense of all of our collecting stories, right? Because I mean, this is obviously something we dedicate parts, good sizes.
Yeah. Yeah, I dedicate a lot of time to. I've been doing it for. I mean, I can kind of sort of count it, but I lose track of the number, as I'm sure everyone does. Where
background on that.
Yeah, definitely. I'm sorry.
I think I may have cut out.
Maybe a little bit. Yeah, I was trying to follow the first three words, and I was like, "Oh, it's talking about my collection." But yeah.
Did I cut out? I did. Okay.
Yeah.
Typical.
Yeah,
sounds about
we're
right.
good.
Dodgson, pump number 2, my friend. Pump number 2. Yeah. So anyway, thank you so much for sharing that. And as I was trying to say, it's just, this is obviously something we dedicate a lot of our lives to doing and to talking about. And I think hearing everybody's story just shows, how joyful this hobby makes us, right? Like collecting and adding things to our collection, creating, having that outlet to express and post things, and world build. I think that's what it's all about.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's kind of what I'm doing. A world build with my toys. I've been doing it since I can remember, since I was a kid. With my cousin, we would just invent different worlds with our X-Men figures or whatever. And so now this is just a new way of inventing and creating with action figures that maybe is a little bit more elevated than just going pew, pew, pew and banging toys together, which I still do. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. If that's what you do, like, no, like we all gotta, bang some plastic toys every now and then. But Yeah. And so it's just a cool outlet, to be able to do this and talk about this and, share that community aspect with other people, which has been probably my favorite part, going to New York Comic Con and hanging out with people I follow on social media, and just we all have the same love, and the people that work at these companies also had that love as well. It's such a cool shared bonding experience that I had no real connection to until I started, doing the figure report. That's it. That's my spiel.
Nice,
But
love
yeah,
it. Well, it's all great. Yeah, super. It's all great stuff. We have your channel linked below. Enjoying watching your streams and your videos, and I encourage everyone else to give it a look because it's all linked down below.
appreciate it.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I'm going to do my best to navigate whatever's going on with pump number 2, pesky pump number 2. And if things come out, I need it to be known, Mikey has full control of everything. He's able to check the comments and all that. So if I disappear into the
I
world,
might steer the stream into like I might steer the stream like the Titanic if it comes to that. So just be fair warned on that one.
Right on. Cool. Well, we are going to go ahead and look at our first topic, and that is the Mondo Ghostbusters Race Dance. This is the 4th figure from Mondo for the Real Ghostbusters 6-inch series, and this is their most recent one here. So there's a couple of different ways to get this. You would get just with the figure by itself. Comes with quite a few accessories. Comes with the mini ghost, and the price for this pre-order is $101. Yeah, I mean he's in line with what we've seen so far from them as far as the other ones go. You get quite a few decent accessories. You get the proton pack. You get the interchangeable pieces there, like the head, the binocular accessory, ghost traps. You get the little ghost in there too, gloved hands, a couple of effects. You get the bunny ears. And then, I mean, I just love the little Stay Puft Marshmallow Man because, I mean, it's like very obviously it's the Kenner toy, like shrunk down for him. I love that.
This is beautiful. It's awesome. It's my favorite part of this set.
Yeah, totally. In addition to that, we also have their deluxe version. This is the timed edition that has both Race Dance and Mr. Gash. I guess that's how I'm going to say it. I don't know if you're saying it differently.
Sounds right, Mr. Gosh, but I think you got it right.
Okay. Yeah, so this is like they've been doing with all the sets so far. You have 2 ways to get it. This is the giant ghost that comes with this particular set. And he looks cool. He's really big. If Ray's 6 inches, this guy's easily going to be probably close to 10 inches, I would guess. So definitely they're going to be shelf space hogs. But I mean, they're cool. I mean, nobody's done things like these before, as anytime I've talked about these, like, I know they're pricey and there's, it would be nice if there were other ways to get these. But for what you're getting, I think with the quality of these and like doing these to this level, and I don't think you would ever need to find alternate versions of these.
Yeah, I agree. I think they're like the ultimate versions of the real Ghostbusters. It's something people have been wanting for such a long time. I still have memories of playing with these back in, oh, God knows when, 90 something, and having the firehouse and just loving these figures. And it's so cool to really see that represented now. Yeah, I mean, look, the price thing is what it is, right? It's a licensing issue. I think with Mondo, I think if you see them as you would maybe an import company or something like that. Like, 'cause they're not just like I know they're an American domestic company, but they're more than that. They do higher end stuff, and so there's a price to that higher end item, and I understand it. I get it. Not happy about it. I don't think anyone's happy about it. I don't think the guys at Mondo are happy about it. But I think they try to make it as detailed and authentic to the cartoon, and also as barrage you with all the accessories and all the detail and everything, and just the feeling you get when you have these figures. I mean, seeing them, the whole team up close. I mean, you saw them probably at San Diego. I think they had the whole set there on display too, and they just look amazing with all the different ghosts and everything. It's just like seeing the cartoon pop to life. So, yeah, they're awesome. I love them. They're really cool. I think my favorite's Egon, though. Egon's probably the best. He looks coolest.
Yeah, it's really neat, and I mean I think that's well said. I mean these are fantastic. Are you taking in the Mondo Real Ghostbusters?
Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. We're okay. We're okay.
Yeah, we're okay. Okay. Yeah. So, are you partaking in this line of collectibles?
Partaking. That's a good choice of words. I would like to dabble. I would like to dabble in a few here and there. It's just hard. I think for me, it was decided between this or Motu, and I went in on the HasLab, the whole Ecto One HasLab, and so since I'm kind of all in on that one, I had to sort of divvy up. Like, I'm not going to go double down on all types of Ghostbusters. And unfortunately, I'm not going to partake in these, although I do love them. I think they're great figures. And I'm going to use those resources towards the Motu 2000X, because I think those are just almost like next level figures. They look so incredible. And I think with them also, I'm only going to pick and choose. But I can't. I just it's just impossible to keep up. But I wish I could. Maybe one day. Okay, I'm taking over. I don't know if this is going to be good or not, but a lot of pressure. A little poop falling out right now when this happened. I think these are cool, man. I dig these figures. Like I said, getting to see them up close and then talking to Alex and talking to Peter and Hector. I'm going to promote myself a little bit. Okay, I'm a little bit of a gas bag. I have a interview on my podcast channel called Figures Not Included. Oh, here I am, up close and personal. Thank you for controlling the ship. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm kind of running around trying to figure out what's happening with left or right. Losing my mind here. Always losing my mind. But yeah, Mondo, I love those Real Ghostbusters. I think they're fantastic, and they just make incredible stuff. I mean, the Ninja Turtles figures look amazing. Those 1/6 scale turtles, just the fact that they're so ripped from the 90 movie, the Jim Henson Turtles, like you remember, but just in the same world, but just sort of upscaled. Mondo is making dreams come true in that way. Real Ghostbusters, with Motu, with Ninja Turtles, X-Men, the list goes on and on. And they just keep accruing IPs like Thanos' gauntlet, just collecting all the gems and all the Infinity Stones. I mean, if you can tell, I'm very excited for 2000X Motu. They look fantastic. The Skeletor, out of this world. It's a pink colors on that. I know it's like still a prototype, but what they show is always how it's represented in the final figure. Maybe some tweaks here and there, but what you see is basically what you're gonna get. So I love the Motu stuff. Skeletor looked fantastic. Just the cape on him, all the layered capes. I mean, Hector was so proud of talking about that cape. I mean, you used to see the engineering and the love. I think someone commented that they put a lot of love in their figures, and you can really tell. In the interview, I talked to them about like why so expensive? Why you cost so why is it so pricey? But they were like totally cool to talk about it, and um, they were super gentlemen about sort of the whole tariff pricing and how cost comes into these things. And I think if you sort of see them as not just this standard domestic company, they're not Hasbro, you know, they're not like that. They're not even Boss Fight. They're not like any of those. They're their own special thing. It's a specialty store, a specialty company, and they're making these very special items that we've all wanted, you know, in some way, shape, or form. So, yeah, I had the original too. I still have the original Mattel ones, and they talked about how much they loved those, you know, Four Horsemen sculpted Mattel figures, how great those were, and how they wish they could bring that into the modern toy collecting world, which they are, and they look fantastic. I mean, for me, again, it's sort of picking and choosing, and I can kind of do that. I can't do everything with 2000. I mean, if you can, God bless you, because I just cannot. I do not have that power, that unlimited power to go fully into Mode 2. Thankfully, I don't do the 1/6 stuff, but yeah, I love what they're doing 112. I'm more of a 112 collector. I have a few. You know, I got my Hot Toys. I got my Moon Knight because obviously, but and I mentioned this before about my uncle being a collector. He had a humongous Hot Toys collection. That's just the best collection I've ever seen. The way he displayed them all was super beautiful, and yeah. I mean that was, it didn't get me into Hot Toys, but I could appreciate it. I think that was another reason why I was like, okay, I'll do 112. He'll do the Hot Toy stuff because I can sort of live vicariously through him. But with the Motu stuff, it's great. The Mondo stuff, the Ghostbuster stuff is so cool. So I am also waiting for that Moon Knight, the artist in Moon Knight. Although I feel like I could probably make it I could do it myself. I could just go to the guy and cut a piece off of his hair and sculpt into my Moon Knight figure. I think that's fine. I think that'd be okay. So, you know, I have access to stuff like that. So, but yeah. What else about Mondo? I would love to see, I mean, you know, we talk about scale, and with Mondo, they can kind of achieve everything. I think they have big visions for Ghostbusters. I would love to see. I could love you. I could love you, Firehouse, if you were a reasonable price. I could see myself falling in love with you, and that could be a possibility for sure. You know, I wonder how well the Ghostbusters line is doing as of now. I mean, you have Egon, I think, is the next figure. They just showed Ray Stantz, Winston's third, but yeah, it's really exciting to see that happen. You know, I would love a budget line 112 scale. I'm still pissed at myself. I'm sorry to use the French words here, but I'm PO'd that I never got the Diamond Select ones. You know, I never got the Diamond Select Real Ghostbusters. I was like, oh, they're too big. They're not going to fit with my thing. But I was just like, man, I should have gotten those when I had the chance. They're cool. You know, I think these are much better. They're much better just stylistically. They're much better action figures. But the Diamond figures were, what, $25, you know? And so I think, oh, I could have had a whole set for $100, and then you could have built out all the connect pieces and made the front of the Firehouse. Also, being in New York, it's pretty cool because you have the Ghostbusters Firehouse. I can just show people that, be like, hey, you want to go check out the Ghostbusters Firehouse? And they don't realize it's a real thing. And by Garn, it is. But yeah, it could double for a cat tree. That's a good idea. That's absolutely true. Oh my God.
All right, you have been doing fantastic. Thank you so much, Mikey, for just taking things and running with it. Like I should just like stay away and just let you continue because I think you're doing a
Please don't.
fantastic job.
Please don't. I'll jump through the window right now if you do that. So
Yeah. So sorry about that, Mikey, and sorry about that, guys.
you're okay. You're okay.
I think hopefully we're okay for a minute. Yeah. Anyway, weird stuff. But cool. Yeah. No. I was listening through my phone, and I think good points were raised about 6 scale and several of the lines that Cantinians were asking about. All right, I guess we'll go ahead and move on to the next thing. So I want to check in on this HasLab, right? There's the HasLab TRON project. Before we get in there and see where things are at, what were your thoughts? You were there, right? New York Comic Con. What were your thoughts when you got to see this and to experience what this HasLab has to offer for yourself?
Yeah, it was interesting when they announced it. There was a little bit of a muted response. It wasn't like an overwhelming like, oh wow, it's amazing. It was like, oh okay, sort of like I think everyone knew we were going to have something Tron related. I mean, they basically told us expect Tron, but wasn't sure what it going to be. What it going to be? HasLab, is a pretty bold move coming right out of the gate. It's like full investment to this thing, I guess, on their end, and expecting people to also be fully invested in it. I actually think the figures are pretty cool. Seeing them up close, they had the display in the Hasbro booth. I actually like the design of those figures. I like the old movie. I like Tron Legacy. I haven't seen the new one yet, but I do think the figures by themselves are really cool, and I like the whole setup. The cycles, the cycles are interesting because the wheels don't move except the rear wheel. So the front one's sort of static, which is an interesting design choice for that. If you have a light cycle, you would probably want it to be able to go, move around full wheels, or at least do something where you install wheels at the bottom of the big yellow and blue wheel so it can actually move around. I'm not sure what the thought process was with that. And then, I'm not a huge Tron fan where I would basically fork over, $300, for a HasLab to make it come to life. Mm-hmm. But I do think there's a lot of cool things about it, and if you're a Tron fan, I think it's definitely something that you could get excited over.
Mm-hmm. Awesome, yeah. If it doesn't fund, you're going to be one of the few folks who actually got to see it in person. So.
The chosen few.
Yes. I think that's well said. I mean, Tron is we're talking about this last week, and it's cool, right? But it's a much more niche thing than a lot of what Hasbro normally does.
Right.
So it's kind of I mean, I get why it's a HasLab. I know a lot of folks, would prefer that it was just something released in their main line that was available, in stores or online. But I mean, I guess I understand why it has to be a HasLab because it's so niche. It is kind of a risk if they were just to put out there like, I don't know the numbers, 50,000 of each of these figures, let's say, and the reception is what we've seen with the HasLab, then I mean that's obviously a very bad risk for them to embark on. So doing it as a HasLab, I think makes good sense, because it kind of gives them a real sense of where that market is. Is there a market for turn collecting? If it succeeds, then yes, maybe they can do other things.
Mm-hmm.
And if not, then well, they took their shot, and maybe it just didn't resonate.
Right.
But let's take a look. I'll go ahead and pull up the Hasbro Pulse site. We'll see where things stand. I too have not seen the film yet. I do intend to see it eventually when I have a little bit of extra time. But right now, out of the necessary 10,000 backers, this is currently at 964 backers, and that's with 39 days remaining in the campaign.
Okay. What just if you know, I don't know if you know at the top of your head, what was the Republic gunship at? It's a week after it was basically launched.
What was the gunship at? It was far above this.
Mm-hmm.
But it was, I think when you compare it to other HasLabs, the Razor Crest, the Ghost, the Cantina, those were at far advanced stages than where this one is.
Yeah.
964 it's not even 10% of what's required. So there are folks in the collecting community who are far more well versed at analyzing the data and looking at making projections than I, such as our friend John Miko, who was with me last week.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure right off his head he'd probably be able to give us that number if he were here. But yeah, it based on what I'm seeing and based on what we've seen with other HasLabs, not just Star Wars, but like, what we see with the Sky Striker and some of the Marvel ones, like this is really low. This is probably performing, I would assume, even below expectations that Hasbro may have had for it.
Yeah.
I personally backed it. I'm also not the biggest Tron fan, but I just love great toys. I mean, I have toys for which I haven't even seen the movies that some of them have been from. It just I just love having like really cool, fun, engaging, and interesting toys and collectibles.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, this is one of those things that's just really cool. Is it pricey? Yeah, but I mean, it's a HasLab. It's kind of to be expected. So I did back it. I don't have high expectations though. Unfortunately, I wish this was for the sake of the collectors that really want this, and I really wish that it was doing better than it was.
Yeah.
But realistically, I don't see it. I don't have a lot of hope for it at this point.
I think you nailed it in terms of calling it niche. It's a very niche line to do and just come out of the gate with a HasLab. Also, sort of basically telling people, okay, this is the inception of Hasbro 3.75, and so that's also a scary thing, because I think 3.75 figures across Hasbro would be great if you went through Marvel, not just Star Wars. You could do so many different things. G.I. Joe again, like it, and so it's a little scary to be like, okay, so if this doesn't work, then I guess 3.75 is not gonna happen, and so that's a little worrisome as well. Look, I said it's a cool set. It looks really cool. It's super visually appealing. The figures are really fun. They look great. I personally love the figures. I think they're really cool. And yeah, obviously there's a ton of investment to be like, okay, we need this to be a HasLab, because we can't just make a bunch of figures and no one, maybe like if we can't just release them at Target and Walmart and expect a big return of investment on that. But man, 10,000 backers is it's a big number.
It is. It's a really big number. I mean, I suppose that they've worked out all the details and they figured that 10,000 is the only way for it to make sense for them, or to receive any sort of profit on it. But yeah, it's man, it's a bummer, because again, I'm not the biggest fan of this particular franchise. I like it. I think it's cool, and I've seen the films other than the most recent one so far. But yeah, I mean, I think it would be really cool. And we know that was a Reaction, I think, that did their own version. They did a couple, like they did a light cycle, right, and a couple of figures.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They had everything. I think the 6-inch stuff looks really cool. The Tron Legacy stuff. Yeah, I'm actually I think like the light cycle and picking one or two characters from there. I think that's really cool. I think that'd be a fun line to collect. Which it does beg the question, like, okay, so then why not just do a small version, just release the figures and then a light cycle that you can. It's just like HasLab just feels like such a big commitment, and to see where it's at, hopefully it gets there. But I'm also pretty pessimistic about it at this point, at least right now.
Right. But it's definitely a test. It'll be a test to see how viable this franchise will be going forward, and as far as mass marketed through the quarter-inch action figures, and maybe it's kind of just one of those things that at this point in time, it just makes sense for it to be a 6-inch thing, like a lot of things like you noted, are at
Yeah.
this current point in time. But you know, always positive vibes that you know,
Oh
something
yeah.
happens, that it continues to you know, tread along, and the numbers continue to go. But we will see. We will definitely see. And you're right, the figures are really cool in this set. They're really cool.
Yeah, they look great. Like I would get the figures just by themselves, you know, just to have them. They look really cool. The articulation system looks great. They look like super fun figures, and they feel like they're behind the paywall right now, at least to me when it comes to the HasLab. And like I said, light cycles, you know, like it's a cool look, it's a cool design thing. When you display them all, it'll be really fun. But yeah, it's a tough buy for me. What would you have done different? Would you have done anything differently in terms of like the release of this?
Yeah, that's hard to say. I mean, I don't know that I am aware enough about of Tron and what potential Tron collectors might consider to be like an ideal HasLab at
Hmm.
this scale. Um, so I mean, I don't know what they could have done better. I guess probably one thing that I think may help, and this is something that kind of, you know, frustrated me a little bit with Republic Gunship, was, you know, they announced at Comic-Con that they were going to be doing the whole Battle Geonosis as a 2026 theme.
Yeah.
With the gunship being like the first thing that they were advertising. They did that and they said, hey, there's this big thing coming, but it's kind of like one of those, like, trust us, you know, trust me, bro, kind of thing, almost kind of things, like, hey, there's other stuff coming, but we're not going to show you what it is. You just gotta hang in there. And I don't know that that's the best like marketing tactic.
Hmm.
Um, and I think for something like this, seeing a little bit more commitment from Hasbro, like, hey, if this funds, let's give you some examples of what may come after this. Are we going to expand into other lines? Yes. Are we going to build upon, you know, what we're seeing here with this particular original Tron film? Yes. Will there be other things? Like, I think if this is all they're going to do, and it's not really a huge incentive for a lot of folks to jump in on, especially, you know, 3 3/4. That's the world building scale. That's the scale people get into, because you can get the vehicles, you can get the play sets, you can get all this stuff to kind of create a scene.
Right.
And if this is all it is, there's not a whole lot to entice that sort of collector to jump on board.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah, the whole like, trust me, bro, is so funny. It's so true. It's just a sort of like, yeah, it'll be fine. Like you give us the money and you're gonna get everything you ever dreamed of. But to really see something that's tangible and sort of is like blueprint, at least, of what you're gonna do afterwards, I think that would definitely help sell it for people.
Yeah, definitely. What else did you see at New York Comic Con that you thought was that caught your eye, that just stood out and looked like something that'd be really cool to own?
I was not expecting to see the Kyle Katarn figure, the Black Series Kyle Katarn. They had announced it. They had shown some of the previews of the different color lightsabers for characters they've never done before in Black Series, which is exciting. Um, and that just being one of my, I love those games, Dark Forces, Jedi Knight, that whole series. I mean, Kyle Katarn was basically my Luke in a way, you know, is my Jedi, the guy I followed, and Dash Rendar was my Han Solo at that time. And so that figure, seeing it up close, like, oh man, this is awesome. This is so cool. It's just like to see. I've been waiting for so long. That's been number one on my list in terms of Black Series figures for the last 4 or 5 years, I can think, along with Dash. But yeah, that one was cool. I wasn't expecting to see that up close. That was a lot of fun to kind of also, like, Brandon at Star Wars, super cool to take it out and sort of let it handle it a little bit, see how the articulation moves and just the feel of the figure. You know, just like new articulation that they added to the figure. It just makes it so much more fun to play with and to pose, and that was a real treat for sure.
Oh, that's awesome. And you know, I am a little jealous because they almost never do that. Like, you know, Celebration, Comic-Con, they never do that, right? It's always like, here's the glass case. You can come up, you can look, but you can't touch. So the
Yeah,
fact that you do
exactly.
that is really cool.
Yeah, I was just like there, like looking at the glass, like, oh my god. And then Brandon was like, "You want to check it out?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, sure." I mean, he brought it out to show some other people. I kind of weaseled in, but then he was super cool to let me like kind of handle it and play around to see how it feels, right? Because like you want to see how the figure feels in your hand, and it felt great. Him and also the Darth Vader has some cool stuff too. So I'm very excited for those two specifically, and so it was really cool that they let us sort of play around with them, mess around, and yeah.
Totally. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Cool. Anything else that you saw that stood out? Even like from other companies that
Let's see. Jada stuff. I love Jada. They had Scooby Doo Wave 3. Um, really cool. You're a Scooby Doo fan, a Jada fan. So
I'm not buying them, but I am admiring them from afar.
okay, I'm very similar with a lot of stuff, but yeah, those look really cool. They just are sort of really committing to having lots of articulation in their figures, whether it's a big monster figure, whether it's a little dog, or whether it's Daphne. It doesn't matter. They just want to pack these figures with so much. And it's really admirable to see that. June, designer at Jada, really, really gracious with his time. He showed me the new Street Fighter figures with Akuma and Balrog. I'm a huge Capcom, huge Street Fighter fan, so it's a real treat to kind of get those and mess with those a little bit as well, and just see how much of an improvement they are versus their previous figures. So really, really stoked to kind of see how they felt. I'm really excited for those figures. What else was there? Like I said, Mondo, seeing Donatello painted up, just absolutely insane. Just my podcast figures not included. My cousin and I were just sort of talking about those things, of being like, Mondo just sort of knows what to do before you even know what you want. They kind of like go into your dream world and just pluck out ideas and make it happen. And so to kind of do this a full-on sequel to the Ninja Turtles movie and do their take on it, but also still remain so true to it, it's absolutely so cool. It's like everything they've worked up to this moment, it feels like, and so seeing that up close is super cool.
Definitely. Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. Glad you got to see all that.
Thank you.
All right, you ready to talk some hot toys?
Sure.
All right, here we go. All right, so there are a few things of note here. All right, General Grievous figure that went up for pre-order sometime last year. I don't remember exactly when, but it's always like this. They'll show you something and then it's like, here, order it now. It'll come out when it comes out, right? So you never know exactly. There's always a window. It's almost never within that window.
Mm-hmm.
So these are the blogger photos for General Grievous, which is going to be the final product. It's not the prototype that they would have had in the initial pre-order images. But we're going to take a look at what you're actually going to get with the figure. Of course, this is blogger photos. So obviously, there's a little bit of enhancement, a little bit of work done here to really capture the figure. Yeah, I mean, this is cool. I mean, to me, it looks like Grievous. I saw online there were a few notes. Some folks were saying that there were some issues with the eyes not being bright enough. I mean, from these photos, I mean, it looks pretty cool to me. Like I don't see anything here for me to nitpick personally.
Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty authentic to the movie. I get people were saying that the yellow eye and the skin underneath wasn't matching with the actual movie Grievous. I mean, I can't get up close to it, so I don't know how well it replicates that look. But it looked pretty awesome, at least in these photos. Yeah, I mean, it's so cool. It's like, I mean, yeah, it's just like seeing that body type is so awesome, and seeing Hot Toys replicate that, and yeah, that all the effects on that thing, that's a really cool figure.
It is. I mean, and really, it's quite remarkable that this even exists, right? Because they went so long without even going near something like General Grievous. Of course, Sideshow did theirs, and it was known to have a few issues. So a lot of folks did wait for Hot Toys to do their own version. Well, here it is. I'm just not sure. I mean, I did pre-order this one. I'm just not sure how I'm going to display it. I mean, I assume it's going to fit inside like a detox shelf. But it might have to be like its own thing, right? Especially if you have like all the lightsabers like pulled out.
Yeah. How tall is he? I mean, he's really tall in the movie. He's just hunched over all the time, so you can't really get an accurate size on him.
Okay. Yeah. If you have him posed this way, like totally like straight, gosh, I'd assume he'd probably be close to like 15 inches, something like that. I think that's the height of a detox shelf is about 15 inches. So probably be pretty close.
Like how crane his neck a little bit to kind of get in there. But yeah. Yeah, exactly. Just like the width, he'll take up his own detox shelf just by himself. If you have him with all the lightsabers, and I'm sure you could do a cool pose with like some Jedi getting hit or something like that, or a clone trooper. But I mean, the details look pretty good. Yeah, I guess like I see the thing on the eye looks a little bit more brown. In the movie, it's more yellow. But I feel like such a nitpick for me, at least, to be like that. I mean, I get people wanting to be very, very accurate to the movie, so I understand that too.
Yeah, totally. I mean, especially when you're paying what a Hot Toys costs, right? You want it to be as close and as accurate as possible.
Right. But I think I'm sure when you have it in hand, you're just gonna be amazed by all the detail on it. Everything's so finely detailed. I mean, like you said, it's like something like Hot Toys normally doesn't do, like this kind of thing, And someone was saying that it's also die-cast parts on it as well.
Right.
Okay. See, like that kind of stuff is so cool. To see just like going full out on for this thing. Wow. 16 points. Wow. Okay.
That's tall.
Big boy.
He's huge. His head looks small.
No.
Sideshow has it waitlisted. Okay. Well, I mean, so that's the thing. Like, there's always nitpicks and concerns that are shared when we see blogger photos. But at the end of the day, it's like if it went waitlist, then they did their job, right? Like they did what they needed to do with it.
Sure. Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's probably the telltale sign that like, okay, so people wanted this if you have to waitlist this thing. So that's a cool alternate head right there. Yeah.
That's cool.
I'm really curious to see how it moves around, because he's so nimble and twisting every single part of his body. Like, how is that going to be fully represented in the figure? Are you able to do that kind of thing with Hot Toys, which would be, again, a whole new thing for them, I imagine.
Yeah. Britt says he's shorter than I expected. Nice. Yeah, he's really cool. How much do you get into like the Star Wars Hot Toys side of things?
Not a lick. Not really. I was talking about it before. My uncle, he had the biggest Hot Toys collection. It was pretty much all Star Wars. Had some Marvel and some DC sprinkled in there, but it was everything from Star Wars. It was original, it was prequel, sequel, obviously. So he had a little bit of everything, and yeah, I can't again being like living vicariously from afar, appreciating them from afar. That was my thing with Hot Toys. I only have one or two. I have a Moon Knight, and I'm gonna get the Artisan one because I have to. I'm legally obligated to get Moon Knight figures, so I'll get that one. I'll get the Poe. I just gotta represent, obviously, but yeah, I just like for me, it was committing to one thing, and so if I committed to 6-inch, I'm gonna go with 6-inch. I don't have a lot of 1/6 scale stuff. I have the old Mondo Mirage Turtles, and then the Moon Knight, and then I think that might be it, and like an Optimus somewhere. So, oh no, I do have the Nicholson mime costume Joker from. Ooh. Yeah, I got that one. That one's pretty cool.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I mean, especially now that Jack Nicholson is like hard stop on having his likeness like licensed.
Yeah,
yeah, that is definitely a good one to have. Yeah, cool. No, I mean, this is It's pretty neat. I'm looking forward to it. I just don't know where he's gonna go, but I mean that's not an uncommon theme when it comes to like my collection. It's just I don't know where anything's gonna go until it gets here, and then it's like, okay, now I got to make a decision.
You're like, that's a later me problem. I'll figure it out when I get there.
Right? Oh yeah, yeah. Future Victoria will figure that one out. We don't need to know that answer yet.
God bless her.
Yeah, this is this. I mean, it's cool. I'm pretty content with what I'm seeing here. And you mentioned that when you get it in hand, and that's a big part for me of like a lot of these hot toys is sometimes you see the photos online. It's like, it's not as good as it could have been. But then you actually get it, and it's like, okay, well, no, now that I have it in hand, like this is actually really good. Like I would say more often than not that ends up being the case, that it actually looks better in person than it does in photos.
Right. Well, like you said, sometimes the photographers don't tell the full story. Sometimes they're heavily edited or something, and but then when you get it in the hand, it has a whole different feel, whole different experience. And I hope that General Grievous could look. It feels like an expensive figure, and it has a lot. It's showing a lot. It feels like it's going to deliver, but yeah, I understand that.
Yeah. There are some more blogger photos this week. This is not Star Wars. But this is another one that I did order a while back when they put it up. But this is the Wednesday figure. It's funny because this one went up, I think, for pre-order. I want to say in August, and then the blogger photos are already here in October. Usually with a Hot Toys situation, it's like you pre-order and then it's like a year if you're lucky before it comes out.
Yeah.
So they must have had things like already worked out and produced when they announced it, because here are the blogger photos. This is another one that from when it was first announced and shown to when the blogger photos were published, there seems to be a little bit of a difference. And I don't think it's necessarily a difference in the figure itself. I think it's more of a difference in who was taking the photo, right? How their lighting was set up, like what tricks of the camera angle they employed in order to bring out the figure.
Yeah.
Because this looks, to me at least, it looks a little bit better than it did in the prototype images.
Okay, good. That's good.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's perfect, but I do think it looks better than it did in those earlier images.
The likeness is just always hard, and she feels like a tricky one to get.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like, have you seen any of the other ones? Like, I think NECA's done one.
Ghastly.
Yeah. And Mesco did one, I think, for the 5 Points line. They did a 2-pack.
Yeah.
And I have that one, and I think same thing. Like it looks okay. It's passable, but it's not like the greatest likeness. So yeah,
Okay.
I mean, yeah, it's like, I guess some actors, right? And we think about Star Wars, right? Like Luke Skywalker is always very hard for Hasbro to nail. Like, even though they've been making his figure for almost 50 years, like they still can't quite get him 100%.
It's impossible. It's like the impossible thing to achieve. It's funny you mentioned that, because Brandon was exactly talking about that, and he was like, "I think we got it." And the best been Luke, the battle damaged Luke that comes with Darth Vader. I'm like, yeah, it's pretty close there, but like no one. Cause I'm still waiting for them to get my brother right. Like each time I've seen the figure of him, it looks like a mutated Benicio del Toro face, and so. We've been suffering for a while to get an accurate representation. I think the artists in Moon Knight and the Poe Dameron, I think, do a little bit better job. But yeah, it's hard. Sometimes you just like, it's like something about a nose usually that they just can't get right, and then it looks just like massive, or cheeks. It's a hard thing to achieve. Maybe it's a Hispanic thing, like Ortega and Isaac. It's just like, I don't know. Maybe it's something like that. So,
I mean, it could very well be. So I hope they never make a figure of me, because then they're not going to nail it. But yeah, I think about the first Black Series Poe Dameron. I think it was in the X-wing outfit.
yeah.
and it was like a 2-pack. Or was it the 2-pack one? I don't know, but there was one that had like the X-wing pilot, and I remember a lot of people were saying that it was like Al Pacino.
Exactly. You see it like, hooah! Yeah, it looked like every mutated version of another actor that wasn't him. So Al Pacino, Benicio del Toro, John Leguizamo. You just kind of go down the list, and yeah. I did an interview with him back in 2015 when The Force Awakens came out in Miami at this Star Wars bar. And I kind of showed him pictures of all his figures and what they look like. And it was so embarrassing that they were like, oh, this is like okay to release. It looks just like him. So, yeah. And like one of them was like Benicio del Toro. One of them was like the small guy from Twin Peaks. If you ever seen Twin Peaks, so I forget his name. I love Twin Peaks. I forget his name. But yeah, so yeah, it's been tough. But anyway, Jenny Ortega looks great. Like Wednesday, it's so good.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and somebody mentioned the tailoring. Yeah, I think that's one of the highlights for sure. The tailoring looks great. You get a lot of accessories with the figure, which is really nice. They don't always do that. Oftentimes, especially with like Star Wars, like troopers, they'll give you a couple of hands, they'll give you maybe an extra gun, and that's kind of the extent of it. But like, she actually comes with a lot of stuff. So I mean, you can have her playing the cello. She's got the alternate hands and the umbrella, right? And so yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Nice. Pretty cool. Do you want more stuff from the Wednesday series or just Wednesday?
For Hot Toys, yeah, I think I would be pretty content with just her, but I would like to see like a proper action figure line, like like either a 6-inch or a 3 3/4 inch, but not like a Mezco 5 points. Like I'd like to see like a TVC quality sort of line. I think that would be awesome. Or a Black Series style line would be nice as well. But then I say that for a lot of things that you never get, like Jaws, right? Like I know NECA has a couple figures, but like I'd like to see like a 3 3/4 inch line for. There's so many things I'd love to see, like world building with vehicles and play sets and stuff, but they never quite see the light of day. But
I think that's a good idea. I think 3.75 Jaws, because you have the ship, you have the shark, you have those bigger items that would make sense for that kind of thing. And like, just like at that point, just do me like a Spielberg line, just give me every sort of Spielberg property, E.T., Indiana Jones, 1974, whatever. Like you can just the Fableman 3 3/4 line. You can do all sorts of Spielberg stuff, like Jurassic. I mean, you already do Jurassic Park, but you can but I think Jaws is. I mean, 3.75 would be great. I think, and also with Addams Family, you could do Wednesday. You can go back. You can do the Raul Julia ones. You can do the black and white ones. You can do the cartoon versions. Like it's a big property you can kind of work with.
Oh yeah, that would be pretty awesome. Let's see. Charlie says, I'm pretty sure this is a one and done thing for this line. Yeah, I would agree. It's hard for me to imagine them doing others, but I mean,
yeah,
it would be cool to see at least.
It definitely looks cool. I think all the detailing and the tailoring and the accessory they just add so much to that figure. You can do so much with it, which is cool.
Yeah, definitely. All right, let's see. The Fableman.
It's a good movie. It's a good movie.
It is a good movie. Yeah. No disrespect at all to the Fablemans.
I don't think there's a big audience for 3 3/4 Fableman figures, but you never know. Maybe that's the next HasLab. We just don't know it yet.
We just don't know it yet. We're keeping that one tightly under wraps.
Yeah, exactly.
Big Obi-Wan says that he just finished season 2 and he is a Tim Burton maniac. Yeah. Sometimes my mom's like, why did you turn out the way you did? And I'm like, okay, look at the movies you had me watching when I was a kid. Right? Beetlejuice, Edward Scissorhands, Batman and Batman Returns, right? Like Nightmare Before Christmas, like all the old like Tim Burton films. Like it's like
They
What do you
formed
think
you.
was
They
going to
formed
happen?
you into the person you are now. So
Absolutely. All right. What else do we got from Hot Toys? Here's a good one. Let me jump over to the Sideshow site so we can get some even better figures of this guy. Okay. So I haven't talked about this one because when we were live last week, it had not gone up. We had seen that there was an image, like a placeholder on their site, but there wasn't any images. There was nothing for us to go off of. But now that we know exactly what this is, we can talk about it a little more in depth. So as I'm sure everyone knows, they Hot Toys released a Star Wars Celebration exclusive Anakin Skywalker Sith Apprentice figure back in May. And they also had a limited amount that made it out into Korea and to China.
Mm-hmm.
And it never made it to the US. And between then and now, there's a regular mainline Anakin that has both the light side and the dark side. Like it's like a 2-in-1. You get multiple hair pieces, 2 hair pieces. Sounds weird to say hair pieces, but hair sculpts. You get the 2 versions of the eyes, the Sith eyes, normal eyes, the red and the blue lightsaber. But basically what this is here is they are taking the figure that was released for the artisan line, the dark side Anakin, Sith Apprentice, and they are offering it through Sideshow, which they had not done before with the previous version. It seems like it's basically the same figure. However, the eyes appear to be different, and the display base is certainly different. But other than that, it appears to be the same figure, and it is a way for them to finally get it into the US because there was unless you were importing it and paying a lot of money. These were going for like 1,000 to like 1,500 at one point. I know, ridiculous. Then this was, the bummer about it is, and I know I was saying it back then, is like, why couldn't they have just done it, like timed it sooner so that, they could have avoided a lot of the anger and the frustration and all that. But Hot Toys is always going to Hot Toys, so not a whole lot we can do there.
Yeah, you understand the way things are with them.
Yeah. It's like my friend Brother Cousins, who we have on here sometimes, he says, don't hate the player, hate the game. And it's like, yeah, the game is
I can hate the player too. It's okay. Like, the players aren't so fun to play with. So
yeah, we'll throw the player in there too from time to time.
Yeah.
I mean, this is cool. If you missed out on the original release, I mean, this was a good. No, we don't want the coupon. This was a good way to offer this. But again, a lot of people did already go out of their way to import the original release.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be interesting to see what it does for like long-term, like secondary market value on that figure, since now this one is coming out. It did go to waitlist. I think it was up for like 20 minutes or something. It lasted a little bit longer than other artisans have, but it did go to waitlist eventually. And that's where it's at right now. So there was demand. Even, I guess there were enough people that didn't get the original one to want to get this one too. So,
did you go in? Did you go in on this one?
I did.
Yeah.
Like, there's very few characters that I tend to go all in on, right? But like Anakin is for sure like one of them.
Okay.
Yeah, he's like one of those ride or die characters for me, like Anakin / Vader. Like I gotta have like every version of him just because,
Little Annie. Did you also get the exclusive one as well, the overseas one?
Maybe.
You look real guilty right now.
Yes, I did. I didn't pay as much as a lot of folks did. I actually got a fairly good deal on it, but it wasn't cheap either. And yeah, I mean, yes. So I do have pretty much every version of Anakin under the sun. If I don't, then it is coming when they get released.
Yeah.
I did sell the original one though from 2018. Like that one, he served his purpose in my collection, but he is outdated. So he went on to greener pastures. I sold him actually. I had a couple parents that picked him up from me that were giving them to their teenage son for his birthday.
Oh,
So I was
nice.
like, okay, that's a pretty cool gift, right? If you're
Yeah,
you're a kid. So
absolutely. Very generous.
yeah. Victoria will need an Anakin gallery. I know, right? Just like a whole like set of detox just for Anakin. Yeah, probably.
How many Anakins do you have? Hot Toys.
So there's the Attack of the Clones. There is the Clone Wars. There is the Ahsoka series. There is the first Artisan Light Side. There is the Artisan Dark Side. So I think right now I have 5.
Or 5.
And then this one is pre-ordered, and so is the one that comes with the sculpted hair. So
Okay.
yeah, so an Anakin for every occasion, basically.
For all seasons, an Anakin for all seasons.
Yes, yes. We'll rotate them in like, on a regular revolving basis as needed.
Good. That's the way to do it. I need to do that more. I've had the same display for the last 35 years. It hasn't changed at all. So I'm just scared to move things around, but I need to do that.
Yeah. I mean, I try to do it wherever I can because, I fairly consistently have things coming in. So it's just one of those things. Like I always say, a collection is like a living, breathing thing, right?
Mhm.
It changes. It's also like a museum gallery, right? Like they do change the exhibits from time to time. They'll put things like in their archives and they'll bring stuff out. For
Yeah.
me, it's the same kind of thing. Like I try to rotate things when I get a chance. Usually it's like whenever there's like like a summer break or a winter break, that kind of thing where I have more time to kind of get in there and do a bit of a reset. But yeah, I hope that anyone that wanted this figure was able to obtain it, especially if you were, just kind of waiting and waiting, being very patient, not giving into the FOMO of the international release. I hope you were able to get this one.
Yeah, it's cool. When I see these, I'm like, oh man, it would be fun to get some Hot Toys versions of these. I'm just like, no, don't do it. Don't fall into the trap. Because if I get one, I want to get the rest of them.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
That is how it is.
Yeah, because my I mentioned my uncle being a huge Hot Toys collector. He got everything. I mean, he would get Batman. He got all the Batman Return stuff. He got the Batmobile. It's just like, where do you even put that thing? But we made it like we used to live together, so it basically like a display piece on like our table in the living room, and it wouldn't fit. We just have it there, and so, but it still looked cool. But yeah, it's like that thing where it's like I would just want to keep on with the whole company, and just kind of get everything they make. So
Yeah, it's definitely a rabbit hole for
yeah.
sure. Why say no when it feels so good to say yes? That sounds like something I might say. Victoria's Collectiquities. Yeah, I should do my own like thing, like Luthen Rail and Andor, right? Like have my own like little thing.
Yeah, you
That
should.
might be more plastic than like 3D printed stuff, I guess.
It'd be so great. Can I mention that since you mentioned Andor, I saw they did a screening in New York for, I think it was for episode 6 and 7 of season 2, and Benjamin Bratt was there.
Oh wow.
And I interviewed him 10 years ago when I used to work for a local newspaper, and he remembered me from that interview. Yeah, I said something because with him and Bryan Cranston, they did a movie together, and then he remembered me. We were just talking. I was like, "What the heck? I'm Benjamin Bratt, you handsome man. How do you remember me of all people?" Very handsome. I kind of got lost in his eyes a little bit, and my wife got jealous.
I can't blame you.
Yeah,
that's really cool though. I love hearing things like that when someone of that caliber remembers you. That's always super cool.
Yeah, this is really cool.
Yeah, so this comes with everything you see here. Batteries, I believe, are included. There is a good little bit Basically the same that you got with the celebration version, except the display base is different. This time you get the Mustafar panning droid. And you also get the Sith eyes are a little more yellow than red. They were a little more reddish last time, but that seems to be because the first version was actually technically based on Ahsoka and his appearance in that series, whereas this one is it's being marketed as Revenge of the Sith.
Right.
So I guess that's why the eyes are a little bit different, and you get the panning droid instead of just the standard display base.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty cool. I mean, it was a really frustrating thing, but it is nice that they finally found a way to get him out to market in the US.
That's great. Yeah, I love when they do that. When they find the loophole to make it happen. I collect some Bandai stuff, and Bandai, has a big restriction when it comes to Star Wars selling in the States or Dragon Ball items. And they just recently for New York Comic Con had the 40th Dragon Ball set, and so it was nice because people have been asking for that one, and similar situation having to order it, directly from Japan from an import site, pay double the price, and then you could just actually just go to their local store, Tamashi store, or be at Comic-Con and pick it up there, which was, I think a lot of people were super happy about that one.
Nice. Very nice. So Anakin wasn't the only character from Mustafar to make his way onto a Sideshow site this week, because kind of out of nowhere, they also brought in Obi-Wan Kenobi. And it's labeled as Mustafar, so it is supposed to be, from that dual version of the character.
Yeah.
It's an interesting one because, they've done this figure before, a version of this figure before that was based more on his more clean sort of look from earlier in the film. And then they've done other versions of him. They did like the Mandalorian version where he's got like the red, like Clone Wars Mandalorian armor. They did the Clone Wars version. They did the Obi-Wan Kenobi series version. And then the Attack of the Clones version is coming sometime next year. And so they're revisiting Revenge of the Sith. And I mean, it makes sense. If you're going to do Anakin, then you kind of have to have the Obi-Wan to go along with him. So I'm glad that they didn't make collectors wait too long to get this set. Because, I mean, they really, really go together.
Yeah. It's been a real Mustafar year with the Hasbro pack, and now with this one,
Right.
Makes sense.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Hasbro is definitely, they've got some Revenge of the Sith stuff in their 6-inch line. Not so much in the 3 3/4 inch, but definitely in the Black Series. And yeah, that is his. I got the high ground pose for sure.
Like I was like, come on.
Like, what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? You gonna jump? You seriously gonna jump? All right.
Yeah. Let's get a close up and see how he looks up close. Look at that side eye he's giving us. Smolder.
It's a smoldering man, even in figures. It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
He got all like little moles and everything too on his face. With his hair. Yeah.
Yeah, I had the original Revenge of the Sith Obi-Wan that they did, but I sold it, I think, pretty early this year, just in the anticipation that they were going to do a new one, and it ended up being a good move. Yeah, I saw some folks online saying that this is actually, it looks like maybe like a retool of the head they used on more recent Obi-Wan Kenobis, like the Clone Wars general version, like the Mandalorian red armored version, and the Obi-Wan Kenobi series version. I think they all had like a variant of the same head. And a lot of folks are saying that this is the same one with some paint tweaks and different hair. So that is interesting to note.
Okay, cool. Do you mind that, or you just prefer a brand new head sculpt?
I think ideally it would be a brand new head sculpt, but I gotta say the one that they currently have been using, like this one here, if this is the same one, it's really good. It's like really excellent.
Okay.
So would I want them to do a whole new one that doesn't look quite as good? Probably not.
Right.
ideally, yes. If it was perfect, yes. But to me, like just looking at it, like it looks great. Like I can't really I don't display all the Obi-Wans in one DTOF, right? Like all on one shelf. Like I I,
Okay.
I just wouldn't do that because then you would notice it, right? You'd see like, something's interesting here. They all look kind of similar. But
Yeah.
they're like spread out. They're like in their own little scenes and stuff. So probably not gonna bother me too much.
Right.
But he looks good. Another image of the head. Yeah,
Good one. Yeah. I mean, that's him. Like, there's no denying that's him.
right.
And the
Yeah,
hair and the beard and all that looks really cool.
does really nicely sculpted hair. Um, yeah, skin tone, everything. Let's see what else. We got the lightsaber. He's doing the pose, right? He's always got to have that hand included.
Little Jedi hands.
The display base is pretty cool because it goes along with the Anakin one, which has the panning droid. This one's got the lava. I don't even know what we would call that. Platform, I guess. Little.
Sure. The lava platform.
Yeah. So like what they did with the Black Series set. I mean, you could put them together on these platforms. I don't know that they would fit very well, like on every shelf.
Right.
The scale with these big accessories, but hey, if you have the space, why not?
Go for it if you can.
Go for it. It is cool that it's there. It is cool that it's there. Beats a generic base, I would say. And then there's the two of them right there. He's doing the pose again. He's like, "What are you gonna do?"
He's really close this time.
Yeah, a little too close.
A little too close. You might just like poke him. It's like, oh.
Yeah, Anakin might win in this.
I think in this version, Anakin wins for sure. That's cool.
Yeah,
I used to, my cousin and I, we would do Star Wars theater, and so we reenact a lot of scenes in front of my family. So we would do Mustafar battle, the whole prelude, just like your empire, we just do the whole thing, and
oh yeah,
yeah, it was great.
Yeah, that yeah, I used to do that too with my brother and sister, and the good old days.
Good old days. And things were lighter back then. You can just reenact Star Wars, and no one cared.
Yeah, I mean, there was no like TikTok or Instagram or so pick up a plastic lightsaber and pretend you're on Mustafar.
Yeah, we certainly did that. We memorized everything. It was great. Maybe we'll do it again one day. So
yeah, I mean, just for old time's sakes, right?
For old time's sakes.
Okay, let's see what all you get with this set. All right, you get hair sculpt with implanted wool material fringe. So that is an interesting detail here. So the hair is sculpted, but there is like wool bangs in the front.
Oh.
I don't think they've done that before with a Hot Toys figure. So it is an interesting sort of thing for them to test out.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, mixed media, I think. Separate rolling eyeballs, which I still say, the terminology there could maybe be a little bit less blatant. Maybe it could just be like rolling eyes, posable eyes, just
it's the balls part that really throws you off.
It is.
Yeah.
It's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
LED light up function powered by USB, specially designed diorama figure base. Looks like we got 4 sets of interchangeable hands and an extra right hand. The lightsaber regular blade and the swishy effect blade. And yeah, he looks cool.
I like that, they have one that's, like Adam was saying, there's the soot on him, and just all that dirt from the planet, all the debris that gets on his clothing. That kind of detail is really good, and it looks like it's done really well too, well applied.
Yes, I would say so too. Really nicely done. Adam also says, it's also the separate part. Eyeballs do not usually roll separately.
It's true. It's
Can't
just
argue.
science.
Yeah, just science. Let's see. Charlie says they may have done it with another figure. Okay, that's interesting. That's
Oh, with
interesting.
the mixed media you were saying with the plastic hair, but still wool mixed
Yes.
in. Okay. That's cool. I do like when I think of it. I do think of like the one scene where like he like does the pose where he is on. I think it's I forgot what planet he's on. I think it's with like General Grievous, and like I remember like his hair kind of dangling in front of his
Oh
face.
yeah.
So that's the kind of like I guess you can recreate that too with that hair.
Right. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. Utapau. He's on Utapau. He's like
That's it. Yeah, exactly. That's the one. His hairstyle is like very handsome. Yeah, that's great. A really good reenactment. So, look, you're doing Star Wars theater right now. Like
we're doing it right now. Yep.
doing it right now. Doing it live.
Doing it live. Yeah, I think Utapau, I remember like reading something with George Lucas, and he said that's actually the very first planet name he ever created for Star Wars, like at the
Oh,
very beginning.
wow, that's
I
cool.
wonder why he scrapped it though. Like, right? Like why did he scrap it and not use it? I don't know. Who knows?
Who knows?
Only he knows. All right. Well, I think those are all the hot toys, I believe. That we have to discuss. Oh, this is interesting. Charlie says that the Wednesday figure actually has the mixed as well. Pigtails are wool-ish. I don't know what wool-ish translates to, but that's cool.
Wool adjacent.
Wool adjacent, yep. All right. Well, I guess that is going to take us to new acquisitions, brand new things that we have added to our collections. Just like General Grievous collecting lightsabers, but we're collecting toys. A few toys.
Yeah.
A lot of toys.
Wow.
So we're going to go ahead and roll into new acquisitions. Here we go.
New acquisitions.
Yes.
All right. So this is stuff that I've added to my collection. Mikey, this is stuff that you've recently added to your collection. And our Cantinians here in the chat, let me know what you've added to your collections, and we will run through and call out the different acquisitions that have been added to your collections. All right. So, Mikey, I always let the guests go first. Is there any show and tell that you have for us with new acquisitions that you've recently added?
Absolutely. I mentioned Jada before. I love what they do. I love their toys. I even get stuff that's off brand. Usually I stick with Capcom or things like that, but I was very excited to get this. This is the Frosty the Snowman. You know, it's turning into fall and Christmas is right around the corner. And what better way to celebrate than with a Frosty figure? The packaging on it, the old TV is my favorite. All the knobs back in the old days, you know, back in the 60s. But yeah, I'm very excited. So I'm going to work on a review on this guy. He's just so jolly. Look at him. Just like the cartoon come to life. It's so cool. So yeah, the Frosty the Snowman is my new acquisition.
That is awesome. Yeah, I've had my eye on that set, but it's just like one of those things. Like I've already like dabbled into too many different areas.
Yeah,
And it's like as awesome as it is, as much as I'd love to have it, like, can I resist? I don't know if I can, honestly. Maybe I can, maybe I can't. We'll see.
I mean, well, when you watch my video, maybe that will turn the tide. So,
Well,
yeah,
we'll definitely be looking forward to that with great interest. All right. Anything else or just Frosty?
Oh yeah, we can, you know, I have a pal, big pal for Frosty. I have this Juggernaut.
Ooh.
A big fan, no pun intended, of the video games of Marvel versus Capcom. And so when Hasbro decided to go all out and make their version, I was like, yes. And so I got all of them. And Juggernaut just came in, and he's a big beef boy, and that's exactly what I want out of Jugs. He looks awesome. Definitely probably the best Juggernaut out there. And yeah, super excited to have him in the collection now. Old Juggernaut. What else I got? I got two more things. A Street Fighter fan, like I said, they had some exclusives at Comic-Con. Picked up this Ken. This is the yellow costume Ken. Yeah, I was actually surprised they had an exclusive. This is like the third variation. Storm does a lot of variations of their figures. It's been done with collectibles, and now they're doing it with their 6-inch Storm Arena. But I have the red version, which is an amazing figure. That's a top 10 action figure of the year for me. So I was like, hey, let me just double down. I'll get the yellow costume, and very excited to have that one. We got a little Mighty Jax Guile.
Oh, cool.
A little cute pixelated character. Having a little joystick. Let's see. I got one more thing. This is also another exclusive. I mean, perfect week to come on because I got all these toys and I got to do something with them. I got this Gogeta. This was the exclusive at New York Comic Con. And yeah, it's cool. I'm not like the biggest. I mean, I do like Dragon Ball. I don't get a lot of them. I just got the Daima figures, which are the more cartoon looking of Goku and Vegeta, but they're great figures. And then I was, the bug bit me when you're at Comic-Con. It's like that thing where you're just like, should I buy it? I'm here. I'll just get it. Like, why not? Just screw it. I'll worry about it later. Again, that's a later me problem. But yeah, I was fortunate enough to get this. And shout out to the guys at Bandai. Did an interview with them, and that was really fun time to talk to them, and then I procured this figure. And yeah, those are my new acquisitions.
Awesome. Super cool. Thank you so much for sharing those. Yeah, I know the exact thing you're saying. When you're there on the convention floor and you see something, you're like, okay, that's exclusive here. If I don't get it here, I'm not going to get it. Do I necessarily need it? Do I buy it? Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah, I know that feeling. I know it very well.
Yeah.
And I love those figures too. The figure arts Dragon Ball. I'm also not like a huge Dragon Ball fan. But I love the figures. They're just a lot of fun.
Yeah, a lot of fun. They don't really cost that much, like $30-$40. You can get them at Target too, relatively inexpensive, and they're really fun figures.
Yeah, definitely. I have a little assortment above the X-Men of like 6 of the different Gokus that they've done in the past. Let's see here. All right, my turn. All right, so I got a good little bit actually, and yes, given how expensive it's been lately with all the Hasbro Star Wars stuff, I don't know if it's because it's fall or what it is, but like a lot of things are shipping, and it's been tedious. Not gonna lie, it's been very tedious. I guess I'll go ahead and start off with a few things over here.
Mm-hmm.
These aren't like new, but they're new to me because I had pre-ordered them on Big Bad Toy Store ages ago, and they were in my pile of loot. And I just held on to them, waiting for the shark. I was waiting for the shark. The shark did not arrive. The shark was not here. The shark was delayed. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to ship them. I shipped Matt Hooper, and I shipped Mr. Quint.
Yes.
And had I waited like 5 more days, I could have shipped the shark as well.
Could have shipped. Oh my gosh. I guess you would jump the shark on that one.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect usage.
You're welcome.
These are cool though. I don't buy like a ton of NECA, but I mean Jaws is probably my favorite all-time movie. So yeah, I mean I had to do it, right? I had to get Mr. Hooper. Had to get Mr. Quint. Unfortunately, we're probably never going to get Chief Brody, but it is what it is. These are really cool to have. I mean, it feels kind of incomplete to not have the trio, but I'm all right with having these two. Once the shark gets here, I'll be even happier. These right here, these are fitting in with Halloween time. These come from Super 7, their reaction line, and they sell them on their website. They come as a set, so you get all 3 at the same time. And these are their monsters. These are their 3 1/4 inch figures. So first one is Creature from, or Dracula rather, right here. And unlike most reaction figures, these actually are highly posable. They have articulation at the elbows, ball hinges at the shoulders, at the hips, bends at the knees. Looks like the ankles might rotate. So they are fairly posable. And the cards on these, I don't know if I'm going to open them. The cards are awesome. And even the back, it just has like a really old school sort of look to them. Like those old advertisements for the classic.
I love those. Those are so cool. I love the design of those kind of those toys. This reaction stuff. The cars are so cool.
Yeah, they are. Like I bought them with the intent of opening them, but now that I have them, I'm like, do I want to do that? I don't know. Creature in the Black Lagoon, really nice as well. I think the back of them are pretty similar, except for like the part that talks about. There's actually a little bio for each character, which I appreciate that.
Do you have a favorite Universal monster?
Do I have a favorite Universal monster? I mean, probably Dracula, I guess.
Bela Lugosi?
Yeah.
Good one.
I enjoy them all, though. They're all great. I hope they keep this line going. I mean, they have done others, but not in this highly articulated sort of fashion.
Nice.
What else did I get? There's more. Of course, there's more. This came in earlier today. This is from Target's website because I couldn't find these in stores. And we have something that me and a few friends like to call the shipopotamus, which is a big hippopotamus that lives inside the UPS truck. And apparently it likes to roll around on packages, only the packages that contain toys and collectibles.
Yeah.
And this box right here was not spared by the shipopotamus. So as you can see, it is nicely crushed, right? Just for good measure. And what I had ordered was 2 of these Gamorrean guards, these TVC. It's an old figure, but they brought it back. I wanted to keep one carded, and I wanted to open one. But yeah, as you can see, that's one of them. The other one did not fare much better. It's pretty messed up. And these aren't cheap. Target is selling these for $25 a pop, which is very, very steep for a TVC figure. So, I mean, at the very least, I would hope that they would ship them a little bit better at that price. But
no way, no.
No, it's bueno. No. This one right here, Batgirl, McFarlane. Yeah, I don't know why I bought this one, honestly. I do buy like the movie ones, right? Like Batman Returns, Batman Forever, Batman. I buy those. But I don't know. This one just looked like a very nice, like classic Batgirl. And I was like, that's kind of cool. It's not tied to anything specific. It's just Batgirl. So I'm like, all right, I can do that. I can add Batgirl to the collection. Why not? Why not?
I do love me a classic Batgirl.
Yes. Very, very, very classic. In addition to that, this came in today. This was the Hasbro. I don't know which was this exclusive to. I don't remember what convention this was for. It's a recent one, but it's the Mace Windu and Darth Sidious.
Yeah.
The box is weird. I'm not the biggest fan of this. It's just weird. It's like, what is this? Why? Why do they torment me like this? And then these 2 parts open and reveal the figures in there. So we got Darth Sidious and Mace Windu. And they look cool. They look pretty cool. I'm actually really impressed by the likeness of Palpatine. Like, it's just a really exceptional likeness.
Yeah.
I think the paint may be lacking just a little bit, but the likeness is exquisite. Like, if they could make this in TVC, just scale it down, it'd be awesome. It is a cool set. It is a really nice set. It's a good convention exclusive type deal. In addition to, I got the other exclusive, I think, that they had, and that is the Jedi Spirits for TVC.
Nice.
Yeah, so this is a really cool one. They had it on display at SDCC, and I love the fact that they included both head sculpts with Anakin. So you get the Hayden Christensen, you get the Sebastian Shaw head sculpt, and that's perfect. I'm so glad that they did that because I love having those options. But yeah, they look pretty cool. They look
very nice.
And they also have that sort of I don't know, like that metallic foil sort of thing going on.
Yeah.
Reflective thing. And then okay, I saved the big one for last.
You always save the best for last.
I try. All right. So this one came in I think over the weekend. So this one is a hot toy. This is a hot toy. This is from Big Bad Toy Store because I missed it on Sideshow. I waited too long, and that's what happens. Things sell out. But Big Bad Toy Store, they relisted a few. So I'll probably try to open him sometime over this coming weekend. But this is the Dark Empire Luke Skywalker.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's cool. There's the artisan version, but that's not this. This is just the sculpted hair version, the regular collector edition version, which I am A-okay with. I'm A-okay with that.
The plain old Luke.
Good old dark side-ish Luke.
Dark side-ish.
One of my idols. All right.
Great.
And
Great
those
stuff.
are my, yeah. Whoa, what did I do here? Those are my acquisitions. Okay. Well, last thing I'm going to do is do a run through the chat and just see what other folks are adding to their collections.
Sounds good.
Let's see here. Adam says it's been a quiet week. Just received the Black Series Revenge of the Sith Obi-Wan. Very nice. Dodson says my acquisitions is a small lot. No swap meet finds. Hopefully tomorrow will bring good news. But I've ordered on eBay several G.I. Joe 3 3/4-inch parts and figures working on a secret project. Ooh, secret project. I love it. Speaking of G.I. Joe, I dusted off my my Sky Striker because I had it on the shelf, the HasLab. And I started changing out like some of the parts, like just to kind of mix it up. I don't know why. I was just like, why not? I didn't have the time to do it, but I did it because
it took priority over other stuff, and yeah.
Yes. Let's see. Milky Way Skywalker says, I got the Remco Universal Monsters Frankenstein figure from 1980 in mint condition. Ooh, very cool.
Sounds great.
1980 in mint condition? I mean, you know what they say.
That belongs in a museum.
All right, let's see what else. Nicholas says the TVC Imperial Armored Commando finally arrived here in Malaysia, so I picked one up. We'll probably get a second one once they start being discounted. Very nice. And cool to know that they are hitting Malaysia. July to November, Jason says, my new acquisition is a TVC Jedi Spirits 3-pack, but it's lost in DHL hell, circling Chicago for some weird reason, despite me being in New York. The Shipopotamus, that's what that is right there.
There it is.
Peak Obi-Wan says, new acquisitions, Jada Street Fighter. I'm not sure how to say this.
You got this.
Do I? There's one way I have it in my head.
Let go. It's a
Sagat.
It close. Sagat.
Sagat. Okay. I think that was my inclination at first, and I was like, that can't be right. I can't be saying it.
You had to trust your instinct. I told you.
I got to be a little more open to doing that.
Yeah.
Micro Squad Cloud Car, 2-tube Z95, all the blind box minis, Micro Squad at Vintage Deco, and Vintage Darth Vader carry case. Ooh, that's a cool one. I was watching Poltergeist the other day, the first one, and the kid has the Darth Vader carry case like right above behind his bed.
That's right. We were just about to watch that movie too. It's been so long since I've seen it. That's so good.
It holds up. It holds up.
I remember being super scared with Poltergeist.
Yeah,
Should be
yeah,
a
it was
kid.
creepy.
That one just scars you.
Yeah, and then, but I didn't know, and I'm glad I didn't know this till I was an adult, that the skeletons they actually used in that were real skeletons.
It's insane.
Yep. Allison says, catching up. My HasLab and Pulse orders came in. Twin Deluxe Cantinas, the Trooper packs, and the Flashback Cantinas arrived. That is a great haul of collectibles. Awesome, Allison.
Fantastic.
TJ says, this week the Jedi Spirits 3-pack delivered, and I was finally able to have a land speeder come in. Awesome. Yeah, the land speeder is great. I love that land speeder. Let's see. Oh, Allison also adds that found out when setting up the HasLab that misplanned the space, so the Cantina has a second story now. I love it. I love it. I love seeing what everybody's doing with this HasLab Cantina. Just because it is so big. I had it on my when I filmed my video review, it was like it took almost the entire dining room table. It was massive.
Oh,
So
wow.
I had to like take it apart, and thankfully it's modular, so now it's like set up behind me, and I'm pretty content with the way that I set it up. But yeah,
Go it. Yeah.
will it stay that way forever? I don't know. Maybe I'll make it 2 stories too one day, because why not?
Good idea.
Charlie says, Hot Toys, Hano, Dr. Doom, and Mark III Stealth Armor, Special Edition. Awesome. Ed says, I just got 3 sets of Marvel Legends Game Reverse, and I don't collect the scale. I love the Marvel Capcom games and wanted them primarily for display or resale purposes. Resale purposes? What are you talking about, Ed? All right. I'm going to cut him some slack. Ed is an OG. He goes back all the way to 2013 when there were like 5 people watching the channel. So,
all right.
we'll cut him some slack. Let's see.
They're great figures. I mean, they're awesome figures.
Yeah. Oh. Yep. That's a good impression of Mr. Quint, John, for sure. It also says that he got a Titanosaurus and a Fantastic Four 4-inch figures are quite cheap. Oh yeah, they have that multi-pack. Fantastic Four multi-pack is pretty cool.
That's cool. Did you see the movie?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh.
Okay, so where I live, I'm a teacher. So where I live, we have year-round school.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have a pretty short summer, but then we have breaks in the fall. We have a long break in the winter. We have a break in the spring. And it came out, I think, the week of Comic-Con, as I recall. And I was at Comic-Con doing Comic-Con things. And when I wasn't at Comic-Con, I was back at work. So it was like, okay, well, I haven't found time. I'll try this weekend. Nope, that didn't work out. I'll try this weekend. Nope, didn't work out. Somebody's coming into town. Okay, it's not going to work. All right, this week. Okay, these 2 weeks I'm going to be gone. So it's gone to that point where it's probably going to be a Disney Pluser at this point.
At this point, yeah.
Yeah. What can you do? I can't catch them. I try. I love going to the movies, but I just don't often have the time to do so.
But don't feel bad because I fell asleep for the first 30 minutes. So that's just me. But I think the movie's pretty good. So I enjoyed it.
Nice. I will chum the waters, Britt. Maybe that'll make the shark appear faster. Absolutely.
Good idea.
Bruce said, don't wait for me. Could be. John's on a roll here with the Jaws jokes. Maybe I can break out a deck of cards while waiting for a big fish. Yep. Stop playing with yourself, Hoopa. Mary says that she got the NECA Metaluna Mutant and Phantom of the Opera, Mask of the Red Death, and TVC 2 Gamorreans. Mary, I hope that your Gamorreans did not get attacked by the ship Eponymous. Let's see here. The accordion crush, that's what it is. All right. We're still on this Collectiquities. We're still talking about that.
Collectiquities?
John got his Jedi Spirits.
Very nice.
Dodgson is doing Last Call at the Soda Fountain. And who else? Craig says Bob Saget.
My favorite Street Fighter character. There he is.
Okay, maybe that's all I needed to think of then.
Yeah. There you go.
That's all I needed to think about. Okay.
That's all I need. That's it.
That would have made it easy. And good to see you, Greg. Milky Way Skywalker's Cantina is in the living room. Ooh, on 2 card tables. I hope your significant other is they must be very, very, very understanding.
I would have gotten thrown out if I did something like that.
Yeah, I mean, my Cantina was on the table for like a weekend, and then it was like, okay, you got to figure out where this is going to go. I'm like, okay. Victoria's an OG. Giving me a pass on not watching Fantastic Four. Okay, I'll take that. Fair enough.
Fair.
Curating a collection. That's right. I am curating a collection. I am. But
that's what I call myself too, a toy curator, you know?
Yeah. Toy collector? No. Toy curator.
Toy curator with a little
Keeper of
pinky.
the plastic.
Keeper of the plastic. That's it. I'm gonna get like a little label and print that out and put that on my shirt.
Yeah, that'd be a fun one. Let's see here. Cool. And Obi-Wan says, G.I. Joe classified stuff this week. Scrap Iron and Tomax and
You got this.
Zamet.
God damn it.
I have no idea how to say that.
It's like a Z, Zamet.
Zamet. Okay. What did I say?
Tomac? I don't know what you said. It wasn't that.
I think I said Xamit or like with a G or something. Oh, it's like Prince Sheezer. Like that was when I was at Shadows of the Empire you were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
When I saw that as a kid, I'm not gonna be able to get through the rest of this evening. I had no idea. I mean, in the 90s, there was no like you could jump on like YouTube to see how the correct pronunciation is or anything like that, right?
It wasn't spelled phonetically too. You were just like, how do you Exizor is this?
Well, okay, this is completely innocent because I was a kid, right? My brother, we settled on damn it. I'm not gonna be able to get this out.
You got this.
Deep breaths. We settled on
They're really tearing you up inside.
I'm gonna lose myself once I say okay. we settled on I just can't.
What?
All right.
No.
I'm sorry, I can't get it out.
Breaking.
I can't get it out. I'm broken. We settled on I'm sorry, I'm saying it in my head before I actually say it. It sounds so horrible. But again, it was like from an innocent place. Okay.
We get the context, yeah.
We settled on
Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry, I can't do it.
Falling apart.
Okay, I'm just gonna do it. We settled on Prince Jizzer. Prince Jizzer. Prince Jizzer, you guys. Okay, I've said it 3 times now.
If you say it 3 times, he'll appear.
I hope not. He's scary.
Please not, please. Out of all the words, all the pronunciations that are out there, that is definitely not one that's ever connected to that name for me at all.
Oh man.
Okay, you're a kid. You didn't know any better.
I mean, yeah, like it's a letter X. That was not a common thing for me to see. So I was like,
Yeah.
like
I mean, like I mean, there's jizz music in Star Wars, so it's like
That's true. That's true. It's not that far of a stretch in that case,
that's not
right?
a stretch at all. Yeah,
And we hated that figure so much because he was the biggest peg warmer of all time.
yeah.
People see a figure now for 2 weeks and they're like, "That's a peg warmer." No, this figure was on the shelf for like 2 years, and we hated it so much that we strapped him up to a leftover fireworks like rocket from like 4th of July, and we sent him up into the stratosphere.
What? Poor Jizzle, he didn't deserve that.
I I mean, maybe he did, maybe he did.
Maybe with that kind of name, he probably did. Yeah. Wow.
He made it hard to find Lax Sivrak, and he made it hard to find Luke Skywalker, all new likeness, and some of those figures that we really actually wanted. So
Exactly right. You know what? And for that reason alone, send his ass out of here. Send him to space.
it was like Sid from Toy Story, like that kind of a thing.
It give real Sid vibes right now.
Well, he came back. What we weren't cognizant of at the time was that any figure, like compared to like a really light fireworks rocket, a figure is a lot heavier. It's going to weigh it down. So it actually like didn't even go. It went up, but then it like went sideways. And we found that we lived out in the country. We grew up in Texas, so we lived out in the country. It was like there was nobody around. It was not dangerous. And we found him, and he was pretty charred up.
Barbecues.
Some of the green, but he was pretty charred up.
Oh man! Wow! How do we get here?
When you're alive, anything can happen. Anything can happen. That's how maybe Grit.
Oh no!
I didn't see things going in this direction, but here we are.
Here we are. We made it. We made it
We
here.
survived.
Made it. We're all here together in this. So.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Cantina Social Hour, Thursday night. All right. Mikey, it's been a blast having you on. Thank you so much for joining us tonight on Cantina Social Hour.
Loved being here. Super fun. Thank you for having me. I had such a great time. I didn't think we would end up here, but I'm happy that we did.
I am as well. Where can our viewers go to look you up on the interwebs?
On the interwebs, you could find me on Instagram at The Figure Report, YouTube, The Figure Report as well. I did a lot of stuff at New York Comic Con, so please check out that coverage. I have a podcast called Figures Not Included. We have a YouTube page. Sorry, I'm just thinking of the old Prince himself. I wish he was around to see this, but YouTube Figures Not Included. I do a podcast with my cousin who I talked about previously, and he also owns a toy store in North Carolina in Selma. So if you're in Raleigh, if you're in that area, go check it out. It's called Hidden Temple Toys. He just opened a new location. He probably carries a Prince Jizor there, so I would old and new. So definitely check it out and let him know I sent you. So that's where you can find me. I'm sure I have a MySpace somewhere. I just haven't logged in a while.
That's taking it back a little bit. Cool. I don't think I deleted mine either, so it must be out there somewhere circulating in cyberspace.
Yep.
Yeah, it probably has like Fall Out Boy is like the song that's attached to it or something.
Oh, you have your favorite friend, like your top 5.
Your top 5, and like half of them you've never even met in person. Yeah, that kind of thing.
Exactly. Yeah, my best internet friends.
Right. There was I know, random tangent. There was one. His account was just called the Couch. And it was literally just like a couch, like an account for a couch. And they would put different hats on it. And it would be doing like listening to different songs, watching different movies. It was the most ridiculous, absurd thing. But I still remember that.
The things we love. It was simple back then, MySpace.
Yeah. There wasn't AI or anything. It was just, simple fun.
Cats on the couch. Listen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Alex, glad you popped in at the very end. All right. Well, Cantinians, links to Mikey's stuff is all down the bottom. You can check out his YouTube. Please do. Instagram. I think we have maybe it's Threads that I have linked down there.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So all that's there. Definitely hit him up. And Mikey, it's been a blast. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight.
Thank you for having me. So fun being here.
Awesome. And thank you so much to the Cantinians. We really appreciate you tuning in and hanging out with us and rolling with some of the tangents and such. You guys know how it is. You know how it goes. Thanks to Dodgson for tending the soda fountain. We're very clear that it's a soda fountain in this cantina. And thanks so much to Adam for moderating and taking care of all the behind the scenes stuff. Really appreciate you guys. We will be back next week. However, we will be on next Wednesday instead of Thursday for next week only due to scheduling conflict. So I'll see you guys next Wednesday, and we'll hang out and have another good time as always. No matter where you're tuning in from around the galaxy, thank you for watching Cantina Social Hour. Be well, be safe, keep it positive, and we will catch you guys in the next episode. Take care, everybody.
Thank you very much.